Hi Capricorn, welcome to January and Happy New Year. This is Teresa from Tarot by T, and before I start your reading, I'm going to call in some good energy for this reading and for the new year and create some sacred space. And I want to say thank you for liking and subscribing to my channel. Thank you for those who have left comments, who've taken that time to give some feedback. I enjoy reading all your comments. And for those who've ordered readings, thank you for your business. I appreciate your support, and I've enjoyed working with all of you. And if you're new to this channel, welcome. I hope you enjoy the readings. So let's see what's coming up in January for Capricorn. We have a new moon in your sign, January 5th, and it's an eclipse. It's a solar eclipse, powerful new beginnings for Capricorn. And then a full moon in Leo, which will affect your financial situation. So money might be coming in at the end of the month. And the full moon is an eclipse in January 20th, 21st. And that's another eclipse. That's a lunar eclipse. So a lot of big changes happening for the month of January. A lot of exciting developments. New beginnings, endings, changes. And happy birthday, Capricorn, if you're celebrating a December or a January birthday. So let's see what's going on for Capricorn. What does Capricorn need to know about January? What are the energies for January? What does Capricorn need to know in terms of love, career, life, anything important? I mean, I can guess, just with the eclipse in your first house, that relationships are going to be significant this month. And partnerships, not just romantic, also business partnerships. You might be forming some lucrative partnerships this month. So, let's see. What does Capricorn need to know about January? What are the energies? What are the important energies for January that Capricorn needs to know about? Okay. The Nine of Wands. The Page of Swords. The Knight of Cups. The Two of Cups. The Hangman. The Eight of Swords. The Strength. The Ace of Pentacles. The World. And the King of Swords. Interesting. Okay. So you're starting the month with the Nine of Wands. And it's crossed by the Page of Swords. The Nine of Wands can mean that you've been struggling toward a goal for a long time. You've been really working hard to achieve this goal. And you're close. You're really almost there. But you're feeling like, maybe I should just give up. Maybe I'm on the wrong path. This card is saying, don't give up. You're just really close to coming to the end of the line of all your hard work, where you're going to start to see results and rewards. You just have to have a little bit more patience. Especially since you have the Hangman in the future, which is a card of patience, feeling like you're in limbo, like things are not moving. But that's going to be changing. Page of Swords is a card about communication or messages. So even if you get news that you're not happy with, or you could feel like this could work in different ways. It could be gossip, it could be spying, there could be someone around you. You have to watch who you're communicating with in January, because there may be people that are carrying tales. The other thing you need to do is look carefully, look deeper at what you really want. Check all the details. This is a card of trying to looking beneath the surface and paying attention to the details. So pay attention to what you're doing. Pay attention to your surroundings. Pay attention to who you're talking to, what information you're sharing. You may want to keep your plans close to your chest in January until they're ready to be launched, because you don't know with this card. This can also come up when you have to have a difficult conversation with someone. So if there's been some tension in a relationship, you may have to talk to this person about it. And sometimes the Nine of Wands comes up when a problem you thought you had already solved, or even a relationship that you were done with, comes back to be dealt with. So something that you thought, okay, this is done, I've got this figured out, it may pop up again, and you may have to resolve it. You may have to talk, and it may have something to do with contracts or a legal issue. For some of you, you could be dealing with an air sign in January. So that could be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. Or someone who is, they're ruled by their intellect, not so much by their heart. And you may have to make some decisions in January based on logic and seeing what's really there rather than emotion. The Knight of Cups and the Two of Cups are in your recent past. So there could be a potential for a romantic relationship. You may have connected with someone, maybe from the past even. And you have the potential to create a soulmate connection. The Knight of Cups is a romantic person, a romantic proposal, someone who is... it could be artistic, very sensitive, very compassionate, because it's a water sign, it's the cups. Someone who is emotional at times. This can also come up, the Knight of Cups, when you might be looking for a dream lover or someone that doesn't exist. Like this is, the Knight of Cups can sometimes mean someone who is looking, who has an unrealistic expectations in relationship. Someone who expects the other party to be perfect. And when they're not perfect, they're thinking, well, this can't be my soulmate because we're fighting. Or I thought you were my soulmate, but now we're having these problems. So it's either you're being too picky in relationships, or your partner is being too unrealistic, expecting too much from you. You might feel that you're connected with someone who's expecting a lot, expecting too much. Because they don't have realistic views on what love is and what relationships are. Sometimes the Knight of Cups comes up when someone that you were that you broke up with, someone who left because they had this dream that they had to pursue, and then they realized that they made a mistake and they want to come back. So some of you might be dealing with someone wanting to come back and reconnect with you, and you may have to try and decide, like, do I want to reconnect with this person? Or do I want to just leave things the way they are because I don't want to get involved again with this energy? I want something more stable, more that has more of a commitment. Now, this Two of Cups, in January, you're going to have a potential to connect with someone that you have a real affinity with. It could be like a soulmate connection where two people are on the same page, they share the same thoughts, they feel the same way about things, they finish each other's sentences. It's a good connection, a good partnership. This could be a love connection, it could also be a business connection. But you're like two peas in a pod with the Two of Cups. It's a good connection. And that connection may cause you, because the Hangman's coming up here, to move away from something, like you're giving something up for something better with the Hangman. You may be afraid to take this step because you have the Eight of Swords here. This is a card of fear of moving out of a restrictive environment. So you may feel like that you're feeling like you can't move, like you're held back in some way. But mostly it's fear of moving, fear of change, fear of moving out of something, a situation where you feel blocked, where you feel frustrated or limited. But I'm telling you, opportunity is coming in January. So you have to conquer your fear. And you have to be patient. It may take a while for you to make this transition. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. Although with these eclipses, there could be some unexpected things that push up your timeline. But the Hangman is definitely giving something up, moving on to something better. But you may feel, so this conversation that you're having could be with the person you're leaving, like if you decide to leave one relationship for another, or even one job for another, one career situation for another career situation. Because you've got this Ace of Pentacles in your environment. This is it could be a career opportunity that's coming. And this is a time card that relates to December, January, February. So over the next 3 months, and I'm thinking more like February, there could be some major changes in your career and also in relationship. Because you're doing some serious thinking about what you want and what you want to achieve in 2019. And you have, look at the World card is in your wish fulfillment sector. The World card means that everything's coming together. You're ending a cycle, you're ready to move on to the next level. Whatever, you've outgrown your current cycle. You're developing skills and you're developing confidence and strength, inner strength. You're ready to move on to something more challenging or more fulfilling. And that could be in relationship and or career. So the World card is a great card to get because it means when you finally do make this transition, you're going to feel like, why did I wait so long? I should have done this years ago. Because now I am existing in a state of perfect grace. That's what this card is. It's like, it's a card of grace and joy and completion and fulfillment. It's like I've arrived and I'm ready to take my place in the world. You have the Strength card here in your negative thinking sector. This comes up sometimes. You might be dealing with someone who has psychological problems or issues with anger. So either a relationship with someone who has they have problems with self-esteem, or they may not like themselves very much, and so they may project a lot of anger onto others. This could be something that you're dealing with, or it could be a partner, someone that you're dealing with in a partnership or in some relationship. So this also is a card of counseling, taming the beast within. So if you're having fears of moving away from your comfort or moving out of your comfort zone, fear of releasing the past and claiming what's due to you, claiming your passion, claiming your success. Maybe you need to talk to someone about it. What is blocking me? You know, what is it? It could be a psychological issue that's blocking you from success. If you're not experiencing success, if you have any fears around success, and you feel like you can't move or you're paralyzed, you don't want to take that first step. You don't want to move out of your situation. It may be helpful if you talk to someone to help you overcome that. Because you have this King of Swords as an outcome. So in a relationship situation, you may be connecting with someone who could be an air sign, could be someone who's connected with law, could be someone who is very serious about what they're doing. They take everything very seriously. They're very intellectual. They're thinking. They use their thoughts and their logic to make decisions. So this can also mean to represent an authority figure, boss figure. Maybe you're moving into a position of leadership where you are the authority figure and you have to make serious decisions connected with the work that you're doing and or the relationships that you are forming in January. So this is a card of separating, like learning to see things realistically, separating what's real from what's not real. Because maybe in the past you've had like a lot of dreams about, you know, like fantasies about what you wanted to achieve, but they weren't based on reality, or they didn't have a solid plan behind it. This King will help you create a solid plan. So you're not just going after something just because it feels good. You're going after something because it makes sense, because it's the right step to take. But in any case, you've got success coming. You've got opportunity coming. But it's all dependent on your ability to let go of your fears. let go of your insecurities, and not be afraid to step up to the plate and take charge of your life. And it may involve making some sacrifices too. Giving up some things that you may not be ready to give up, but you know that you're moving into a better direction, so you have to give these things up. You know, it's kind of like, I'm not that unhappy with my current relationship. I'm not that unhappy with my current job. But this opportunity is so much better. It's going to give me so much more that it's almost like a no-brainer. I have to give this up. But there's going to be, it's not like I'm in this miserable, horrible situation and it's easy to give it up. There's going to be some sacrifices, you know, where you feel like, okay, you know, there's a part of you that doesn't want to give up the status, the current status. But what's awaiting you in the future is so much better that you're going to, when you finally do, if you can make that transition, you're going to be like, why did I wait so long? Because now I'm in a state of bliss. Now I'm doing work that I love. I'm being valued. I'm being appreciated by the people I'm with. It's going to be a whole new world, whole new scene. So let's see what the astrology has to say about this. So for you, the new moon, the solar eclipse, Sun, Moon, Pluto, Saturn, and Mercury all in the first house, your house of self. The way so you are changing on big levels, and the way that you're starting to take responsibility for your life with Saturn in the first house. Like, you've been working really hard, but Saturn gives you a sense of commitment and stability. Like, you're creating something stable that's going to last a long time. So any partnerships you form now have the potential to really last a long time, so choose wisely. Pluto in the first house, you're stepping into a powerful, people are seeing you in a different way, in a more powerful way. You're communicating in a more powerful way. You're presenting yourself, so you might be achieving a position of power. You have to be careful not to abuse that power, but use it wisely, use it to help others, not just yourself, and you'll be fine. Mercury in Capricorn, you're doing some serious thinking. Like, where do I want to go in my life? What life goals do I want? What kind of relationships do I need to form? You're evaluating everything in January, because, you know, and making changes where needed, you know. Maybe you're in a relationship and you decide to commit with Saturn in the first house, you know, like, we need to, you know, we've been with each other for a long time, let's commit. Or you're in a relationship and you're just not getting your needs met, and you decide, well, no, I need something better. I need something that's going to give me what I need. Now, Neptune is in the third house, and it's forming a sextile to this new moon. So you could be involved in some type of writing project or creative project. Neptune rules creativity, music, writing, art. Whatever you're involved in, there could be some an internet project or creative project that involves communication, but communicating in a creative way. So you might be writing a blog, using your creativity to communicate with the world. And this could be part of this new beginning that you're embarking upon. You have Venus in the 11th house. So Venus in the 11th is bringing money in from the work that you do. So you could get a promotion or a raise, or you could be connecting with artists, more creative people. You might be dealing with creativity. Maybe you join a group, because the 11th house is groups. You might be connecting with people that are this group energy where people are doing creative projects, working on some kind of creative project that helps the world in some way. The other way Venus in the 11th can play out, some of you, a friendship could turn to love in January. Maybe there's someone that you've known a long time, you've just been friends, and now suddenly you're developing feelings for each other. So that could happen. You have Mars and Uranus are in your 4th house, so that's shaking up your home life. So if you get it, you might be changing your home, or moving even. Mars is where your energy is, so you could be working around the house. Maybe you're fixing your house up, making it more in line to the way you want it to be. Making major changes, modernizing things. improving things. Now, with Uranus in the 4th house, you have to be careful with electrical things. If you have any problems in the home, it could revolve around electricity. So check that all your wiring is up to date and you don't have any hazardous conditions, you know, because that could sometimes bring those. If everything is working fine, Uranus will not bring anything to the surface. But if you have something that's faulty, it will break down when Uranus hits the 4th house. So the full moon. The full moon is coming. It's happening across your 8th and 2nd house. So definitely, if you've been working on ways to bring more, your values are changing, and ways to bring more money in. Maybe you're evaluating, you know, what am I getting from the work that I'm doing? Am I getting paid enough? If not, you may make some changes to bring in more money. Because you're valuing yourself more, and you're not going to accept crumbs anymore. You want what you deserve. Venus at the full moon eclipse is in the 12th house, so there could be someone that you have a crush on. You have secret feelings, because Venus in the 12th is hidden. Your feelings are hidden. You're being private about it. So you might have met someone, and if you start a relationship in January, it may be that you just want to spend time, just you and that person together, and you don't want to announce it to the world yet. Venus is communication is going to be important because Mercury is squaring Uranus at the full moon. So you may have, it's possible for some of you that you have to have, if you're leaving a relationship, you may have to have a difficult conversation with someone, or you have to be careful that you're not, how you communicate, that you're not just blurting things out and being insensitive, because sometimes Mercury in Capricorn, it can make you feel your communication is a little bit harsh, especially with this Page of Swords here. You want to be careful that it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So choose your words carefully. Don't be too harsh with loved ones in January. If you have some grievance and you have something to say, try to see things try to be kind about your communication. Try to say it with kindness. Don't be too critical or too judgmental, because with Mercury and Capricorn, you can have a tendency to do that. But other than that, I think things look exciting with this Ace of Pentacles. I'm excited about this Ace of Pentacles in the world, and the Two of Cups. Love is there for you if you're willing to accept it, if you're willing to reach out for it. And also career success. So don't let fear hold you back. Speak up if you need to. Communicate what your needs are. And reach for that star. It's there for you in January. You can make major changes with these eclipses falling across your relationship axis. Your relationships are going to be changing in January, but for the better. So I hope you enjoyed this reading, Capricorn. And if you'd like a private reading to go into your life in more detail, more personal reading, click on the link in the description box and we can get you on the schedule. In the meantime, have a wonderful new year and a wonderful January filled with success and love and abundance. And I will talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.